So the first thing we're doing, we are reviewing from yesterday. So all of these, me, te, le, nos, os, les, are, what did I just say they were?
They're yo, to.
Okay, so these are indirect pronouns, okay? So instead of using yo, tu, usted, nosotros, vosotros, and ustedes, this is what you're using with a special type of verb. The verbs that are included, gustar, which we used yesterday, interesar means what? Interest, or something that interests you, and then aburrir, which is bored. And we've already talked about aburrido, meaning boring, so that shouldn't be like a big sorpresa for you. Okay, so first, let's review. So gusta, whenever you say me gusta, what do you say? I like whatever. It's singular. If I say me gustan, this has to be what? Plural, something plural, okay? So that's what I would say for all of these. We're going to do the same exact thing for interesar, okay? So instead of gusta, I'm interested in something now. So me interesar is the infinitive. So what do I have to do to the R? Just remove it, okay? Me interesa. That's how you say something interests me. Now, what if that something that interests me is plural? What do I have to do? Just add an N, okay? So me interesa or me interesa if it's plural. So if it's los perros, dogs interest me, okay? Okay, so that's the same concept. So what do you think I do for the te, the le, the nos, os, and les? The exact same thing. Yeah. Just like we did for gusta and gusta. It's the exact same thing. So in a way, this is these kind of verbs are the most easy, the most fácil to conjugate. Because you don't have to remember a whole bunch of endings. It's either an A or an AN. That's it. Muy simple. All right? So that's the only thing that you have to remember as far as the endings on how to conjugate. Okay, now I'm going to make it a little more complicated, but not much, just a little, with aburrir. Let me show you aburrir. Aburrir is an IR verb. So how do you conjugate an IR verb? What's the
and in?
You turn it into an E. Remember, ER and IR verbs, the usted form would just be an E. Okay? Aburre. Aburre. Okay, so te aburre would mean what?
You are bored.
Okay? So, you are bored, like by te aburre los perros. Dogs bore me.
Hey,
okay. Sorry, those
also
them's fighting words. I know. All right. Okay. So what about what's something that does bore you?
Fortnite.
La escuela. Okay. La escuela.
Take me to your Xbox play.
Okay. Now what if I wanted to say classes bore me, okay? Instead of just escuela. What do I have to do to aburre? Add an N. Okay? That's it.
So,
Te aburren los clases. Okay? You just either have an E on it or an E in. See, Marcos.
are there any different, things like that that are conjugated like that would me to?
Yeah, there's lots of them. Like the video that we were talking about, she said doler. That could be, me duele would be it hurts me. Does that make sense? Okay, so all that to say, these are very unique though, because most verbs you just conjugate the whole thing. But gustar, aburrir, and interesar are the ones that we're focusing on just this week that are like this. Okay, so everybody have these on your cuaderno? Have you written this down yet? Okay, I will go ahead and do a couple more examples. So let's use gustar just to do a riposto for this one. So le gusta, what do you like? La comida. That's an easy one. Okay, food. So that would be he likes the food, or you, formal, usted like the food, okay? What about nosotros? Let's use the interesan again. Nos interesan. So what are we interested in?
Perros.
We already used perros.
We are interested
Gatos.
in cats.
Los gatos. Now we're interested in gatos. Okay, los gatos.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. What about you guys? Let's say something bores us.
Y'all like
Cats.
children.
Okay, let's get off the animales. What bores us?
Children.
Las matemáticas? Okay, so las matemáticas. So what do I have to do to aburre? Aburren. Okay, because this is plural.
Good.
And then the last one, let's use gustar again. Les gusta, what do we like? We like la clase de español. Sí. No. La clase de español.
That is a Lord.
Humor me. Okay, so is class plural or not?
No.
No, okay?
No.
So that's why it's les gusta la clase de español. Okay, any preguntas? No preguntas. Okay, Mateo, did you have a pregunta?
Take me to your
Okay, so that's what you have in your cuadernos. The other thing, let me go ahead and explain this too. This is kind of side note. You're going to need to know this though for your tarea esta noche, que está en la pizarra. Okay, in España, Peru, Bolivia, Spanish-speaking countries, as well as much of Europa, like Germany and England, a lot of these places, they write the date differently. I've already told you, like el 3 de febrero, okay, or today's day is, what is today? El 8 de febrero, okay? El 8 de febrero. And we talked about this when we were talking about meses. What I didn't tell you is that a lot of times you will see this in this form, okay? Now, typically, if you saw this,
You're gonna guess it's
August
like
2nd.
you're going to think that's August 2nd.
That could
No,
also be February 8th.
It's February 8th in Spain,
Because it's
in Spanish-speaking
European.
countries.
Yeah, well, you know,
Okay?
it makes sense because
Now-
it's small, bigger.
Exacto. Did everybody hear that? Marcos, I'd like for you to say that. Muy alto. Go ahead.
Well, it makes sense since it is small, bigger, and biggest.
That's right. Okay. So this is days, días, and that's the smaller
Whoa.
unit. This is meses, that's bigger than días, and these are años, which is bigger than meses. So it goes from smallest to largest. Okay? So you'll need to know that, like I said, for La Tarea. And it's especially confusing whenever you see like this.
What Tare?
Well, when I see that, I know that it's that.
Yeah,
Well, right, but
it
you're
makes
like,
sense. When
what is that? Is that a fecha? No es una fecha.
No,
And you're like,
not a
it
fecha.
is, but it's a date.